Hello everyone. Today I want to share something really important with you. Have you ever tried the OMAD diet, which stands for 1 meal a day? I'm sure many of you have attempted it at least once, but here's a shocking fact I need to tell you. The failure rate for OMAD dieting exceeds a staggering 90%. But what's even more surprising is that this 90% failure rate isn't because you lack willpower. The real cause lies somewhere completely different. It's because we're completely ignoring our body's physiological systems. Today, I'm going to uncover this secret and share with you a scientifically proven step-by-step method for OMAD success. There's a system in our body called the hypothalamic pituitary axis, or HPA axis for short. This system has adapted to irregular food supply over millions of years. However, in modern times, it has completely adapted to the regular pattern of 3 meals a day. So what happens when you suddenly declare, starting today, I'll only eat 1 meal a day? Your body's hormonal system goes into complete panic mode. It's like driving on a highway at 60 miles per hour and suddenly slamming on the brakes. An accident is bound to happen, right? The key here is gradual adaptation. The secret to success lies in slowly and scientifically adapting our bodies. The method I'm going to share with you today is a systematic protocol consisting of 4 stages over 9 weeks. Let's examine the amazing changes that occur in our bodies at each stage. The first stage is a 12-hour fast. You have your last meal at 8 p.m. and your first meal the next day at 8 a.m. You might think, what's so special about that? But amazing changes occur in our bodies during this stage. In your liver, an energy storage called glycogen begins to slowly adjust. Normally, about 100 to 120 grams are stored, but with a 12-hour fast, about half of this gets depleted. At this point, a hormone called glucagon increases its secretion and begins breaking down stored energy. Hormonal changes are also noteworthy. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, increases by 15 to 20% compared to baseline. Insulin begins to decrease to baseline levels after 8 to 10 hours. Cortisol maintains its normal pattern during morning awakening. You might experience mild headaches during this period, but don't worry. This is a normal adaptation process. Increase your fluid intake to 2.5 liters per day and supplement with electrolytes as well. In weeks 3 to 4, we progress to a 14-hour fast from 7 p.m. until 9 a.m. the next day. Something truly remarkable happens at this stage. Ketone production begins in earnest. Acetyl-CoA accumulates in the liver, increasing ketone body synthesis, and our brain gradually starts reducing its dependence on glucose. At this point, beta-hydroxybutyrate concentration reaches 0.3 to 0.5 mmol/L, which signals that our body is beginning to use fat as fuel. Important changes also occur in the neuroendocrine system. NPY, or neuropeptide Y, begins to decrease in secretion. POMC neuron activation increases, and the hypothalamic orexin system starts adjusting. During this period, you'll notice improved sleep quality. REM sleep increases, leading to deeper sleep. If you experience mild dizziness around the 14-hour mark, it's okay to have a small amount of electrolyte drink. In weeks 5 to 6, we progress to a 16-hour fast from 6 p.m. until 10 a.m. the next day. This stage is truly special because metabolic flexibility greatly improves during this period. Simply put, when you eat carbohydrates, your body efficiently uses carbohydrates for energy. And when you eat fats, it efficiently uses fats for energy. Beta oxidation of fatty acids increases in the mitochondria, and the expression of an important protein called PGC1 alpha increases, promoting mitochondrial biogenesis. In simple terms, your cells begin creating more energy factories. Hormones also begin to optimize. Ghrelin secretion patterns adapt to the new rhythm with a 40% decrease. Leptin sensitivity begins to improve, and adiponectin levels increase by 20 to 30%. Most remarkably, BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, begins to increase in the brain. This is why many people express that their mind feels clearer. Additionally, gamma wave activity in the brain increases, improving cognitive function. During this period, consume at least 30 grams of protein with your first meal at 10 a.m. and take about 2 grams of omega-3 fatty acids daily. In weeks 7 to 8, we challenge ourselves with a 20-hour fast, from 4 p.m. until noon the next day. Finally, autophagy becomes fully activated in your body. Autophagy is the process by which our body's cells clean and regenerate themselves. The mTOR signaling pathway becomes inhibited, while ULK1 becomes activated. At this point, autophagosome formation is promoted, beginning to break down and recycle old cellular components. It's like a major cleaning happening inside our bodies. Dramatic changes also occur in the endocrine system. Growth hormone secretion increases by 300 to 500% compared to baseline levels. IGF-1 levels temporarily decrease, and norepinephrine secretion increases, promoting fat breakdown. However, there's something important to note. Since eating time is reduced to 4 hours, you need to consume all your daily required nutrients within this time frame. Structure your meals with 35% protein, 40% fat, and 25% carbohydrates, and supplement with 3 to 5 grams of sodium, 4 to 5 grams of potassium, and 600 milligrams of magnesium. After week 9, we enter the complete OMAD adaptation phase. At this stage, your body operates with a completely new system. Ketone production rate in the liver becomes optimized, and the brain's ketone utilization rate reaches 30 to 40%. Most remarkably, you become able to selectively burn only fat without muscle mass loss. Neuroplasticity is also maximized. New neuron generation is promoted in the hippocampus. Neural connections in the prefrontal cortex are strengthened, leading to improved cognitive function and increased stress resistance. But everyone, this process isn't always smooth sailing. There are warning signs to watch out for at each stage. In weeks 1 to 2, if blood pressure rises by more than 20 mmHg, stop immediately and consult with medical professionals. If you have persistent insomnia, consider taking 1 to 3 milligrams of melatonin. If constipation persists for more than 3 days, increase magnesium oxide to 400 milligrams. In weeks 3 to 4, if ketonuria persists, measure blood ketones to rule out ketoacidosis. If you experience heart palpitations, suspect electrolyte imbalance and supplement immediately. If concentration significantly decreases, reduce fasting time by 2 hours. In weeks 5 to 6, if weight loss exceeds 1 kilogram per week, check your calorie intake. If you notice signs of muscle mass decrease, increase protein intake to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. For women, if menstrual cycle abnormalities occur, consult a specialist immediately. Not everyone can succeed with the same method. Individual customization is necessary. If you're a morning person, an 11 a.m. meal is optimal. If you're an evening person, a 5 to 7 p.m. meal is more suitable. Men should monitor testosterone levels while increasing the proportion of strength training and supplement additional zinc and magnesium. Women should apply flexibility, considering estrogen cycles, strengthen iron and folate supplementation, and adjust fasting times during premenstrual syndrome periods. Even if you fail, don't despair. There are scientific recovery methods. Within 24 hours after overeating, take 500 milligrams of activated charcoal immediately and supplement with 10 billion CFU of probiotics. For the next 24 hours, consume only fluids and do 30 minutes of light aerobic exercise. If you fail for more than 3 days, return to the first stage and start again. Analyze the cause of failure modify it to suit your individual needs, and try again. Finally, let me mention important precautions. Those with type 1 diabetes, history of eating disorders, pregnancy and lactation, under 18 or over 70 years old, or serious kidney or liver diseases, should absolutely not attempt OMAD and must proceed only after consulting with medical professionals. Those with type 2 diabetes, thyroid dysfunction, taking psychiatric medications, or engaging in intense exercise should also attempt this only under medical supervision. Circadian rhythm optimization is also important. Get about 15 minutes of morning sunlight, block blue light in the evening, and maintain consistent sleep-wake cycles. For gut microbiome management, consume at least 25 grams of prebiotic fiber daily, regularly eat fermented foods, like kimchi or yogurt, and enhance microbial diversity with various plant-based foods. Everyone, to summarize, OMAD success lies in understanding our body's physiological systems and gradually adapting them. Don't rely solely on willpower. Make science your ally. The key to long-term success is monitoring the changes that occur at each stage and progressing at a pace that suits your individual needs. What stage are you at now? Or what difficulties have you experienced at which stage? Please share in the comments. I'll provide personalized advice based on scientific evidence. If today's video was helpful, please like and subscribe, and turn on notifications to receive more scientific diet information. I hope you'll practice what you learned today for your OMAD success, and I sincerely support you in achieving healthy changes. See you in the next video.